Here's another one of my Battle for Zendikar decks. I'm having a lot of fun with this set, even though it's super, super slow. It is so slow that I've put it together with a bunch of commons and uncommons, a whole playset that I have for Avacyn Restored, and I'm making with it these really, really slow, but also very fun decks. I mean, even red-green is slow in this format, which is amazing. Uh, in a bad way, I would say. But anyways, I'm having fun, so that's all that matters. And I hope you do too with these cards. So Grove Rumbler is your headliner, uncommon for Landfall. Red-green is really the Landfall strategy in this standard. So of course it gets pumped into a 4/5/5 when a land drops. If you use lands that cost multiple land drops, like the fetch lands, then you're getting a 2 for 1 every time a land drops, and that's very useful. I have two of these in this deck. Scythe Leopard, I've only got one right now. Again, this is a very slow casual deck. I'm not worried about maxing out playsets of everything that's good. But again, this is a 1/1/1 that becomes a 1/2/2, and if you pump it twice, it's a 1/3/3. That ain't bad. The other headliner for your red-green landfall is McKinley's Slide Runner, a 2/2/1 that gets +1/+1. Got two of those. And this card, which I love the artwork, and it looks really nice online, as a matter of fact. Snapping Gnarlid, a 2/2/2 that becomes a 2/3/3, but very often it'll be a 2/4/4 if you pull one of these tricks where you actually have two land drops. I've got three of those. Then we're getting into some of the Avacyn Restored cards. Avacyn Restored has some really nice red and green cards. Again, all very slow. It was a very slow set. Battle for Zendikar is also very slow, so they're kind of a match made in heaven of slowness. And then this is a 4/2/2 bear that becomes a 4/4/4 when it's paired to with something else, and it gives that +2/+2. I love Soul Bond, of course. Wolfer Silverheart is the one that really rocks in that set for Soul Bond because it gives +4/+4. Trusted Force Mage, another Soul Bond creature, gives +1/+1. Not bad. I'm sure it was a reasonable limited card. Borderland Ranger is a great card because when it lands, you get another land. I mean, when it hits a battlefield, you get another land, and that's really nice. You put it into your hand, but that's okay, I'll take it. Pathbreaker Worm, again, another fun card for a slow deck. It's your big critter in green, and it's got Soul Bond. It gives trample. When it hits late game, it's nice. Even though, again, you shouldn't play this deck against one of your friends who's got 4 Planeswalkers in their deck. You're not going to have any fun losing to that guy or girl. Use Spirit is a 5/3/3 that can get pumped real good with extra mana. Nice. Murasa Ranger, another landfall creature for Battle for Zendikar. 4/3/3. If you have some extra mana laying around, you can start putting counters on things. Actually, you only put them on Murasa Ranger. Never mind. Elvish Visionary, reprint in the core set. Priceless. A great card. Comes in, you draw a card. My favorite phrase to find on any Magic card. And I recommend if you get into a lot of playing a lot of Magic, you look at that. When the card says draw a card, pay attention, please. Territorial Ballast. Your limited card, 5/4/4. Gets boosted. It's all right. Then going back to Avacyn Restored, this is a nice card. Lightning Mauler was very good in the red deck wins at the time. Nice Soul Bond to land. It gives them both haste. That's very good. Really good. And it's a 1 red instead of blue-red, which we have one card like that in Battle for Zendikar. That's not that great. Uncanny Speed. Battle Trick. Instant Speed. Nice. Stone Ride. Soul Bond. Get +1/+0 for each creature to pump them with your red mana. Very good. Very good card. I got two of those. Hanweir Lancer, a limited card, but it's okay. This is a fun deck. 3/2/2, and both creatures get first strike. I mean, you can begin to think about all the combinations of pairings that you can get, right? So both of these cards would have first strike. Both of them would have +1/+0 pumping for red, and so on. As you start getting pairs of these cards, if nobody takes them out in your game, you can do some real damage. Valakut Predator, 3/2/2 Landfall, gets +2/+2. Nothing to laugh at. Again, this deck tries to be as fast as possible within the context of a very slow standard. Does reasonably well. A Tombstone Waker, 2/1 with Landfall. It drops a token, but you have to have some extra mana. That's not bad. Not bad in the current standard. Again, I keep saying in the current standard because you have to qualify how good a card is within the context of the format that you're playing it in. Goblin Warpaint, nice enchanter, gives +2/+2 and haste. It's a 2-drop. I put 3. Blessings of Nature, one of the miracles back in Avacyn Restored that saw almost no play, but you can drop a bunch of tokens, and if you draw it where you don't have to pay the 5 mana, you only pay 1. That's not so bad. You're getting 4 +1/+1 counters. Seek the Wilds. You can reveal a creature or land and put it into your hand. That's good if you're running into problems, and it's only a 2-drop. I got 2 of those. Swell of Growth. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn, and you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Not bad. Again, Sylvan Scrying would have been better, but I haven't put any Sylvan Scrying in this deck. So there's 2 of those. And then you've got your Reclaiming Vines, which is really... Oh, and I forgot on this card. Oh, I have it on the back. Never mind. So Reclaiming Vines, which is really... I forget what the card is named right now. There's a card in Innistrad that is just like this card, but it's destroy non-land permanent. You can actually use it to take out planeswalkers. And it's a 4-drop. I forget if it was a sorcery, but I think it was. Rambling Crush, I forget. Bramble Crush. Bramble Crush. This is a slowed down, limited, I mean, not a slowed down, but a crippled Bramble Crush. Because you can only destroy either an artifact, an enchantment, or a land, and you can't hit their planeswalker. I don't like that, but in the current standard, that's what you get. Thunderous Wrath, great card, hits for 5 if you don't draw it in your first hand where you don't have enough mana to draw it. So if you can get to play it as a miracle and you have 1 red laying around, this thing will smack for 5 to the face. Red-green loves it. So there you have it. I hope you build something like this. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I don't mind slow games, and I think Battle for Zendikar is all about slow games.